So 2 years ago, the 49ers season ends, and Garoppolo is hurt. Remember, he had surgery late. He didn't get it right away. And apparently the 49ers weren't crazy about that. So they go into that offseason. Jimmy Garoppolo is under contract, but he has a late surgery. And Trey Lance takes all the stuff in OTAs, and then they get to training camp. And at that point, the 49ers are trying to trade Jimmy Garoppolo. Wink, wink. But they can't. This is why I don't think they ever wanted to. Bonte reminded me that during this time, Peter King said he thinks, or he said, 49ers think they can get 2 seconds for Jimmy Garoppolo.
I remember that.
Who the hell would give up 2 seconds for Jimmy Garoppolo?
Nobody.
Okay, so now you're asking for 2 seconds for Jimmy Garoppolo. That tells me you don't think, either you don't want to trade him or you know you're not going to trade him. Now we go through OTAs. Jimmy starts to get healthy. What are we going to do with Jimmy? Let's bring him back. Okay, they brought him back late August, early September. A month later than it is now.
Okay. So
there was no way Jimmy was going to win the job for the first week when he hadn't been practiced. He'd been on the side, and unless you were going to give the job to Jimmy without having gone through training camp.
But don't you remember the goodbye press conference they had?
Right.
But it was bye-bye, Steiny.
No, it was
bye-bye. Thank you for everything you've done.
Okay.
Oh, explain that. You said ruse.
They wanted 2 seconds for him. They didn't. I don't think they wanted to trade him.
Well, my question to that, if you're right, and I don't believe
then they saw Trey Lance and they said, you know what?
They owed it to their organization to see if this kid can play. We see it all the time.
And that's why he started in week 1. Trey Lance started.
Right.
So they gave him a chance last year.
Okay, and he got hurt after
and
4
then he
quarters.
Got just flat out beat out by a guy. But what I'm getting at mostly was, yes, he started last year, but Jimmy wasn't going to start because he got there too late. Purdy wasn't going to start because he was a 7th-round pick. Like,
it was the Trey Lance era.
They wanted to move to Trey Lance, so they did.
Yeah, and that's why Jimmy said, thank you, it's been good, night-night. And it was the Trey Lance era upon us.
And don't forget, it's also why Jimmy was open to coming back, because he knew that Trey Lance wasn't assured to quarterback 16 games without any experience.
And you know what? I'm not going to let my blood pressure get higher for something that has not happened. I'm just asking about the energy that's surrounding the Bay Area from a lot of people about assuming that Trey Lance is not going to be a 49er.
He might not
I have
be.
accepted and conceded his ass has no action at the number 1 is Brock Purdy's healthy. I get that. Brock has earned that. Steiny, I'm going loser mentality. We're talking about 2 and 3. And all I'm asking you, and you just laid it out, is if they had confidence in him being the starter last year, what test did he flunk up until now to where now he has to win the 2nd or 3rd or even 4th to remain on the roster? That's what I like to know.
I don't believe they had a ton of confidence in Trey Lance. That, to me, is why Garoppolo ended up back on the team. Because the Niners probably were like, we got Trey, we got Purdy, and we got Sudfeld. We got to get somebody in here who's got some experience.
Oh, God, Jimmy, he's still available.
That's right. That's right. So, and here's the thing, and here's the other thing that we can get to the nub of it.
Yeah.
Because you've alluded to it, and so has Willard. People I have no agenda. I have no idea what Trey Lance is. None. Zero. All I can assess is the way Kyle Shanahan has handled the situation. Now, if you want to criticize that, we can do that. But to me, through Shanahan's, the way he's coached, the way he's handled the training camps in the last 2 or 3 years, do we really have to interview Kyle Shanahan and have him say, well, yeah, we really did think Trey Lance would be better than this? He's never going to say that. He's just not.
Yeah.
They drafted Trey Lance. They thought he'd be further along. He's not. He's not better than Brock Purdy. So now they have to move on. and they're trying to figure out whether he can be the backup, whether he can be the third string, or whether they're going to cut ties altogether.
Right.
Like,
and
I'm not saying we're never going to get Kyle to give his alibi or give his story about what's happened the last 3 years. And you know what? Quite frankly, I don't want to hear it because what's happened is more accurate than anything that Kyle Shanahan can say about the position.
You know what?
By what he's done.
I'm not mad at you, but this is what I'm saying, Steiny. It's that energy that you just put on display. Why Trey Lance was named the starter, but in your world, he was named the starter because he was named the starter because they picked him and he was supposed to be the next franchise quarterback.
Right.
But you keep putting an asterisk on him starting last year. Forget why.
Sorry, but that's a fact.
All right, but when people from afar hear you say that, you don't know. You're saying that's how you feel.
Okay,
he was named the starting quarterback.
Let's look at the other way.
And it feels like you keep.
Let's look at it the other way.
Like he has to apologize for that. So I'm not mad at Kyle because Kyle gave him that. Let me finish.
Who are you mad at?
I'm not mad. I'm telling you. I listened to you yesterday when I turned it on for 40 minutes, and you said, you know what, Evan, tell me if this rings a bell. I said, you know what, that's my partner. I love that. He said, you know what, I can't put my finger on it, but the way Kyle's handling this whole quarterback situation, I don't want to speak for you, Steiny. It's kind of, there's something there. I don't know what it is.
What's there is what we're interpreting.
Through the airwaves.
The other thing is, okay, let's look at it the other way. Trey Lance started last year, deserved it, earned it. Beat everybody out. Yeah, got hurt. Okay. And then you know what? Purdy beat him out.
I got you.
How can you acknowledge? Steiny, you're right. You can lose your position. You can lose your starting job.
I'm with you.
Okay, well, that's what happened.
Okay, but now we're talking about a possible not on the roster. Okay. And that's why I got to slow my roll.
That's an alarm.
That's
a red flag.
But is it reality?
Is it?
I'm asking you, is it reality?
Of course, because they traded for Sam Darnold.
No, of course.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you're not a coach. You ain't in the room, so that's how you feel. It's not of course. And that's where I think people are going wrong.
I can't.
Because you're sharing with us your opinion, but you're stating it like it's fact.
Why did they get Darnold? Why did they get Darnold?
Why are you screaming?
Why did they get Sam Darnold?
Because of what happened in the NFC Championship game, Steiny, and insurance. Okay, well, why does that got to be an indictment on Trey Lance?
Because I'm
asking.
Because clearly,
says who?
Because they're battling for the number 2 spot.
So Kyle's just lying to
I don't know why
I'm
you're
asking
upset
you.
about
I'm not upset. You're the one screaming. I missed you yesterday. You are screaming.
Nixon Redwood City.
You're screaming. I'm not mad.
Yes. I don't know what you're screaming at. I don't know
not screaming.
You're frustrating me because it's like it's all there.
No.
1 through 5, and you're not seeing it.
No.
It's like
you don't have a Niner polo. You talk like they told you and called you. You're just saying it's your opinion. Just say, "Goo, I might have it wrong."
I don't have it wrong because I don't know. What I'm saying is, why didn't they go into this season then with Purdy, with Lance, and with Sudfeld? Why did they? I'm asking you, why did they get Darnold?
I'm real enough to tell you I have no idea. And I told you before
I need you to be a little smarter than that.
I've said that it was NFC Championship game. You sitting up here yesterday talking about something's odd. I'm hearing your face, and it's not odd to you today. I find that hot. That's really strange. Yesterday it was odd. I'm in your face now saying, hey, Steiny, I heard you say that, and now you need me to be smart.
I think you mischaracterized what I said yesterday.
Mischaracterized. And I'm not mad.
Yes, you are.
You're yelling.
You raised the stakes, and I don't know why.
The stakes because you talk like it's factual.
I'm not.
It's your opinion.
What is factual?
That Trey Lance is showing them that they don't have trust in him. That's what you're just saying. It's your opinion. Quit saying like that's the end all be all.
Answer why they got Sam Darnold. Then.
You tell us. You know it all.
Obviously, because
the NFC Championship game is why they got 4 quarterbacks to me, and I've stated that.
I don't even understand what we're fighting about.
And throwing eggs at him.
Who?
Like Trey Lance.
I don't even know what he can do.
You're saying what he can't do, and that's why they brought it.
You know what? Seriously.
Yeah, quit beating the kid up.
Kyle. Take it up with Kyle Shanahan.
You did it yesterday, but you won't do it now that I'm here. You did it yesterday.
You're totally mischaracterizing.
If I could get in that press conference,
I would mischaracterizing what I said.
that question.
No,
I would ask him that question.
No, you wouldn't.
And he would just say it's fine. Dude, you are just like your God. Like you just know what they're doing.
No, I don't know.
Like, slow your roll on young Trey Lance. Oh, they know it. You don't know. Just state your opinion. And you know what, Steiny? It's not fair. You're just burying the kid.
You know what's not fair?
And the NFC Championship game, they ran out of quarterbacks. Maybe that's why they got 4, man.
Maybe.
But you never say that. The venom and vitriol from you and other guys is, Trey's not getting it.
I have no venom toward Trey Lance.
It don't sound like it. Step back and listen to yourself.
I don't even know the guy.
Yep.